Hi and welcome to my channel Just Be. In this video I want to talk about why I don't do witchcraft. And when I say why I don't do witchcraft, I mean anymore. You see, when I was at university I had a circle of friends who suggested a bit of Wicca and its benefits, and I thought, I was brought up a Christian, this doesn't sound right, but the way they've sold it is that I can focus on white magic, you know, the cleaner version. So I chose to focus on protection spells, wisdom and prosperity. And I headed to Camden Market and I spent approximately £500 on everything from candles to sage cleansing kits to a book of shadows. I got everything, I got the lot, and I have to say it was very successful. I undertook the rituals in the right way with absolute respect, and I got what I wanted. I even remember doing a runes reading for a friend which turned out to be spot on. Shout out to you, Sade. And yeah, what how can I explain this? So basically, with all the success came darkness. And what I mean by that, like an example of that would be my work. Here's some examples of the work that I was producing while I was undertaking spells and doing dabbling in witchcraft. As you can see, beautiful imagery, but there's a darkness that comes out of it. I could show you a lot more examples of my work, but I think that's enough. I'm not, you know, dropping a plug in there. And the breaking point for me was I done a shoot with a magazine. I don't want to say their name, but during the planning process I had a meeting with the creative director, and he had a massive platinum ram ring on, and I kept being drawn to it, and I said, what's the story with that ring? It's gorgeous. And he said with such ease but pride that he was knighted by the Church of Satan. And again I was like, oh, that's great, and on with the shoot. And while the shoot was going on, I found myself placing the model on a life-size crucifix, styling her, making sure everything was right, and placing a crown of thorns upon her head, and watching the crucifix get erected up into the air. And not at any point did it click that there wasn't something right about that. And the shoot went on till 3 AM. So at this point nothing had really clicked until I got home. And I don't want to say it was a voice, but definitely some thoughts started running through my head. And these thoughts were, do you really know what you're doing with witchcraft? Do you not acknowledge that what you just took part in there was blasphemy? What other things crossed my head? Do I even know the entities? Do I have enough respect for these entities to really understand their power, and that I'm purely just a vessel? And the most poignant thought that crossed my mind was this idea of God being a know-it-all who likes to tell us what to do, versus witchcraft, which is more free, and as long as you do the right things, you do the ritual the right way, you get what you want. But how it was explained to me, I just want to get this right. God was pretty much saying, I think, that he pretty much doesn't tell us what to do. He tells us how to live our life in a righteous way. And when we don't follow through, and when we sin and we make mistakes, his mercy and grace is abundant. Like he advises on how we should live our life. But every time we slip up and make mistakes, he's so quick to forgive. Whereas with witchcraft, you kind of have to fulfill the ritual in the right way, and more importantly, you have to give back for everything you ask. You have to give back, and if you don't give back, there are consequences. There's no forgiveness, there's no mercy, there's consequences. And that, I don't know, that really hit home with me. That made me think, you know, there's some truth to that. That we've kind of been led astray in believing that God is a bully and he threatens us with hell and he likes to tell us what to do, when really he advises us, he guides us on how to live our lives. And every time we make a mistake, he's there, he's so quick to forgive. Whereas with witchcraft, it's more like, alright, you have the freedom to do what you want, but there's consequences if you don't give back, if you don't follow the rules. So yeah, I think that's something that everyone should think about. So in saying that, I still hadn't given up on witchcraft. It was just food for thought. I thought, oh, that's interesting. But I think I was fearful of the entities that I'd committed to through the Book of Shadows and the rituals I'd undertaken. And I was also fearful of God at this point, because I was thinking, oh, what is he thinking now? Is my soul already gone? So I was fearful of both sides. But I think for me, the breaking point was, I went on holiday to Tenerife. And while I was on holiday, I took my kids with me, and I was sleeping on a bed in the living area, and my kids were in beds in the bedroom. And one night I was woken up by a voice saying, Bianca, Bianca. And I got up and I went straight to my kids' room thinking that they were calling me. And then it kind of hit me, wait, my kids wouldn't be calling me Bianca. And they were fast asleep as well. So I went back to bed. And then the voice started calling me again, and this time I was pretty scared. And I remember I was huddled up in the bed thinking, oh my God, what's going on? And then all of a sudden I felt like an impression sit on the bed next to my body, next to my legs, like, yeah, my legs area. And I just hid under the covers and I started saying, God, please rebuke this spirit, get away from me, get away. And then it went away. And upon arriving back to the UK, my ex-partner had decided to share that he'd gone to a witch in Jamaica and a witch in Spain to ask about what I was up to. And then it all came together. I suddenly realised, wait a minute, because you called my name and asked these witches to find out about me, that a spirit had been sent to me to seek these answers. And firstly, I told him never mention my name again to a witch. Let me just make that clear. And it's funny because he's an idiot. He's now a part of a cult in Spain as we speak. But I think for me, that was it. It's like that was it. It's like everything came together there. That it's not. I don't want any part in this. This goes deeper than I'm willing to take it. And yeah, that is my story on why I don't do witchcraft. Make of it what you will. Oh, and just to add, my ex-partner was absolutely spot on with everything he'd asked those two witches. So again, witchcraft does work if you're interested. So in closing, in my own words, what I want to say is that when we pray to God, there's a reason why not everything comes to pass. Maybe God doesn't want some of the things we pray for to come to pass because he has a bigger and better plan. There's a reason why not all our prayers come true. Whereas with witchcraft, everything you ask for, as long as you do it right, you'll get. Think about it. Thanks for watching Just Be. Peace. Thanks for watching Just Be. Please subscribe, like if you like, click the bell for more videos, and please comment because what you have to say is so important with what I'm trying to do here. And you will inspire my future videos, trust me. And follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Gmail. And let's keep this conversation flowing. Peace.